Oh, the Hui ban. Maybe they think they're against Yes Hui, that's crazy. But they are indeed not. Trundle ban coming out from team name Kingsmen. Sorry, I erased it from my mind. I saw King Charles. But we'll see as these bans continue to go. Tom Kench ban from the side of MgmaCHEESE. A little scared of that Kench from the Iron player. Kled.
I'm trying to remember who played Kled last round. I believe it was actually one of the teams who got eliminated. If I recall correctly, there was a silver player who was playing Kled who managed to solo kill some diamonds, I believe is what happened.
Well, Kled can do that sometimes. He is quite the surprise in a fight. An Aurora ban coming out from MgmaCHEESE. Quite interested as the reasoning to these. We'll have to find out in the interviews later. But for now, look at how it'll impact the game. Aurelia ban coming out. They're looking to this Yorick. Gangplank. Hover. But it's going to go straight into the Yorick.
Maybe a little bit punished with the Aurelia ban. Gonna get the Yorick lock in without the Aurelia counterpick.
Yeah, I think that's more of an investment if you're gonna play blue side rather than red, but maybe just forgetting that they are not first pick.
Or maybe they have another Yorick counter prepared, like the Mordekaiser.
Potentially. Or maybe they're worried about Aurelia countering something of theirs. The Ziggs gonna come out potentially. What they were thinking about. Once again, we're gonna see Ziggs utilizing that W to take down those turrets very, very swiftly.
Now, I'm going to be very interested to see what Gizmo will be playing now that the Tahm Kench is banned. We've seen Gizmo play in maybe 4 or 5 of these games on stream. Locked in Tahm Kench every single time, so this will be our first time seeing Gizmo on a different champion. Are they a one-trick? Do they have another pocket pick up their sleeve? We'll have to find out.
Well, we'll have to see, as they maybe pick nothing here. The Zac coming out could be a Gizmo champion. Fairly similar to Tahm Kench, you know. Tahm Kench goes under and Zac goes over. So, in some ways, very similar. We'll see what will be the response from Free Julio, aka MgmaCHEESE. Ude. That is quite the pick. We're gonna get a Fiora? Okay, well. Definitely a lot of tower priority on the side of MgmaCHEESE. I think that Ude, a little bit interesting, definitely gonna scale very well and be very hard to punish 1v1 as he gets his Leandre's Jackjo, but I'm very interested to see what they have in mind in terms of lane assignments. Volibear gonna be chosen for Kingsmen. And they are looking to topple those towers. Volibear with the dives, Ziggs with the W, going to be trying to satchel those towers down.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if maybe the Zac goes. Maybe the Zac will go mid, and then we'll try to use the sustain to get the push, and then roam into a side lane and spam gank, maybe similar to the Nunu strategy that we saw yesterday.
Potentially so. Could be an idea. And curious to see. There's quite very lot of magic damage, I'd say, on the side of Kingsmen. Could be problematic if that Udyr takes that into account and builds those more magic resist favored items.
We did see though yesterday that there was some AD Volibears as well. We saw these what were seemingly triple magic damage comps, but then I believe that the Volibear rushed Sundered Sky instead. So Volibear, a great champion who can flex back and forth between damage types.
Yeah, fairly versatile. Curious, or Udyr could also build AD technically, but I think the the tank with the Andreas seems to work a lot better, at least in ranked. But this is a different ball game. This is a different situation, so we could see the AD Udyr one-shotting some people. Who knows?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out some caster mayhem right now, but we should be good to go. I can start the prediction here.
What are you thinking of the drafts? I'm pretty in favor of MgmaCHEESE, I'd say, but the Ziggs could prove quite difficult to deal with for them. Not too sure. Can Fiora parry Satchel?
Yes, Fiora can parry Satchel.
God.
I don't know.
Curious what the lane assignments will be.
Yeah, I think I don't dislike Red Side's comps. I feel like the best champion that you could put into Ziggs would be the Udyr, but then at that point I don't know if Yorick or Fiora are the types of champions who can deal with the pressure of Zac early. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I think there's a good chance that Red Side could be seeing a few decent lane matchups, and at that point, I think the split pushing is actually probably about even. You have the Ziggs Volibear on one side and the Yorick Fiora on the other.
And I think Zac going to be safe regardless. I think maybe Ziggs and Volibear we'll see them play a bit more together, and the Zac will either hover or cover another lane. It's pretty hard to punish, especially by this MgmaCHEESE composition. Kind of hard for them to do diving compared to Kingsman's comp. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Lots of split push potential in terms of obviously Maiden and then Fiora's damage to towers, and I'm looking to see probably Demolish on almost every champion on the side of MgmaCHEESE, but Udyr maybe not out of those, and then probably every champion.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the chat is too confident on who will win either. I'm seeing 0 channel points placed on both teams. We may have a 0 prediction game here.
Yeah, nobody willing to risk it. This is probably one of the more even matchups of the day. Not too sure. Definitely more even than the previous. And whoa, TP Ignite coming out from the Meowric. We'll have to see if that favors him, and Volibear also opting to go Ghost instead of Flash.
TP Ghost on the Volibear, an interesting decision. I feel like there's a chance that may backfire when you're playing into the Fiora. The Volibear Q can be quite predictable in terms of CC. The one way that you can make it not predictable, of course, would be with the Flash Q, but opting not to go for that.
Yes, indeed, and a nice quick load into the game. We'll see if the game itself is as clean as that, and we'll look as into the runes. Yeah, as expected, no Demolish on the Udyr, and Demolish on every champion on the side of Red Side.
Yeah, we have 5 Demolishes coming out, but Udyr opting for the Inspiration runes, going with the approach velocity.
Another thing I'd say is quite inspiring from the Udyr could be the Doran's Ring Star, I think. A little disrespectful, but the damage from that RR on Udyr can be lethal, and can maybe force the Ziggs to play a little bit more carefully. So we'll see how it turns out. Volibear slowly walking to the lane. The Chad that is Gizmo forced off the Tahm Kench here. We'll see how that turns the game out. Fiora into the Zac. I don't think this is what blue side would want here. I think Fiora into Volley is going to have a lot more success, and the Yorick sort of just has to suck it up in top lane. But we'll see.
Yeah, at surface value, you may think that the Fiora would be fine to the Zac. Zac a very high CC champion. But in reality, it kind of ends up turning into more of a mind game, and then if the Fiora is playing too weary of the potential CC, she can just get raw stat checked by Zac's healing and his W. So maybe not as easy of a matchup for Fiora as one might expect.
Yeah, lots of sustain on the side of Zac, especially early. It's kind of hard to punish him with a lack of damage. Fiora will try though, looking for those vitals. But to start off this game, I don't think we're going to have many lethal level 1. These two here decide to have a fist fight like Trundle and Darius in the latest cinematic. Double poke coming out from Ziggs as expected, but the Julio looking fine so far. Level 2, looking for the all-in, but it's just not enough against that Zac sustain. He's going to pop the pot as well. 1 CS on the side of Zac though, but huge wave crashing under turret. Will he farm it?
Yeah, I must say I'm slightly disappointed to not see Zac versus Udyr. I feel like that would have been fun just to watch 2 unkillable tanks go at it.
Yeah, it would have definitely been interesting. 2 of the more notorious healing tanks, or Udyr a bit more side on the shielding for sure, but Yorick looking for a bit of an all-in with his, what are they called? Oh my goodness.
Ghouls.
Ghouls, that's
well, in that skin they're pandas, so...
Yeah, well, yeah. Guess I can just say pandas. Ignite used it there. Volibear not having to use his ghost, so as this wave comes into him under turret, I think he will be fine. And the Fiora going in as the Zac charges. Beautiful parry onto the Q, looking for the solo kill. But this Zac sustain is unreal, but not good enough. Can the Fiora get all 4 of the parts? We'll have to see. Zac may be able to escape here, gets the revive from the passive, but I think he pushed the boundaries too far. Zac with 5 CS. Going to be dying to the Fiora 1v1. It is not looking good.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too confident there. Extremely telegraphed Q, in my opinion, was a pretty simple parry for the Fiora.
Yeah, well, I mean, my standards are maybe a little bit lower. But Udyr definitely struggling with mana here. Might need to go back and get a tier at some point. But not how I expected this top lane matchup to go. The Zac not executing his mechanics or his game sense very well in this matchup, and is taken down early, and it's definitely biting the bullet quite hard because the CS deficit is immeasurable. Bone having a little bit of fun in the bush. Gizmo trying to get the poke out. Gonna go for a little short trade here onto the Auric. The Auric hasn't really got many ghouls available. Oh, sorry, pandas. Gonna summon them here though. Gonna box him in. All in onto Gizmo. Bone spacing it quite nicely, but not gonna look for anything further as the mana bars start to deplete. I think he'll be looking for a reset here.
And not too much really happening in this game. We're kind of at a standstill in all 3 lanes. Zac suffering a little bit. I'm going to peer at the top lane here. There may be a potential freeze. We do have a freeze in the top lane actually, so Zac may be really suffering. Depends on if he can get this crash or if anybody's going to come up to help him.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Chunk 13, Monk 13. Gonna be suffering an even larger CS deficit from the looks of it as the Zig swaps into bot. The Udyr responding by following him. So not gonna escape him, and I think this longer lane is definitely gonna favor Udyr a little bit more. He's gonna be able to chase the Zigs down a little bit harder before he reaches his turret. So they gotta be careful of that. I don't think Kingsmen want to lose any more kills to the side of MgmaCHEESE.
Surprised we're not seeing any assistance coming out for this Zac. I feel like the one lane where you maybe had push was that Ziggs versus Udyr, so maybe the Ziggs could have pushed down and gone to help, and instead swapping the Ziggs into the bot lane, and now you're kind of stuck with no mid cryo either. The Zac might be trapped here for longer than he would like. Although, as I say that, it seems like Fiora must have broken the freeze somehow. So Zac will at least be able to fix the lane a tiny bit.
Yeah, or maybe we could see another solo kill. Ziggs walking to the mid lane, looking to move onto the Auric, but the Maiden will scare him away. They have vision in the bush. And Ziggs will return back bot to catch the wave, and another huge wave stacked up against Chunk 13 Monk. Fiora, I think, maybe broke the freeze to try and chunk a little bit of tower damage. Knows that this Zac can't really do anything about it. An E-whiff there from the Zac. He is not having a good time right now, looking in the bot lane, but Ziggs Satchel able to defend himself. Oh, but clearly not defend himself long enough. Didn't respect the fact that Udyr could just chase him down after the Satchel's gone. But Ziggs slightly winning that trade. Yorick coming down bot. This Ziggs is in trouble, doesn't respect the fact that mid is missing right now. And it could be a kill, another kill over to MgmaCHEESE. Flash stun from Udyr, boxed away. Maiden gonna claim the kill for Yorick as she might die to the turret. Oh, just about gets away with it. Now they're going to force onto this bot turret, which I think is a good decision. Don't know why the volley is leaving. Definitely think you should just take the trade and take some mid plates in response, but maybe the volley bear thinks he can win it. Gizmo, is he going to pop the ghost? Going in, looking for the Udyr, taking a little too much damage from Maiden, not able to commit to it, I think. A little bit of a blunder there from the side of Kingsmen. What are you thinking, Poro?
Yeah, I definitely should have just gone for a few of those mid plays, especially because everybody on the Kingsmen does have that demolish, so Volibear could have at least traded back a plate or two. I think was just had a little bit of too much blood in their eyes because the Udyr was low health. But the secret with Udyr is that Udyr is never low health because he can always press double W and get back 400, 500 HP just like that.
Yeah, not ideal there from Gizmo. Maybe suffering at the hands of no Tahm Kench as we look an all in from Bone. Not expecting all this damage from the Ziggs. Gonna be trading onto them. The Ziggs just standing there staring at the Yorick, and Bone will go down. A little bit of a blunder there, maybe overestimating his own damage. I think he had a lot of gold in the pot to spend.
Yeah, that's the one advantage of Gizmo rotating bot there, is that Yorick was not able to get a reset, so stuck in the lane with that Ziggs. Decided to, instead of going for the reset, decided to greed out, try to see if they could pick up that extra wave, and got punished for it. But as I speak, Yorick may be looking for the return play.
Yeah, the Pokeball comes flying across. Ziggs knows he's in trouble. Bone just gonna auto Q, box. The Ziggs utilizing the flash he didn't use before, and Bone only loses in this scenario. Trades the flash for TP and loses. Oh, what? Yes, the Zac trading back on, getting revenge for that freeze, but will he be able to close out the kill? Not too sure. The Q throw able to secure the kill there for Zac, and this game is now falling slightly back in the hands of Kingsmen. They are scaling into this quite well, but we'll see what MgmaCHEESE do in response.
Yeah, definitely still in MgmaCHEESE's favor, but a few decent plays for Kingsmen back-to-back. Any more of those, and the game might truly swing.
Yeah, obviously that kill does quite a bit for Zac, but the CS gap cannot be ignored. Quite insane gap there, but Free is obviously contributing to that, and he's gonna stay the Zac, it would seem, but Free Helio not gonna get engaged on there, not in any trouble really. Use the D-ring for the mana sustain. I mean, maybe D-shield would not have kept him this healthy, but definitely think you could just go tier and head into Fimbulwinter, but not what this Udyr is planning to do. Zac trading onto the Fiora under tower again. Fiora disrespecting this sack damage. Fiora should know that tanks and bruisers basically deal the same damage, so unfortunate for her there. Gizmo, very low mana in the mid lane.
Some pings coming down onto the Rift Herald, or not Rift Herald, the Void Grubs from blue side.
Yeah, I think with mid prio, Udyr can't really lose prio to volley. This Ziggs definitely would have been more useful in mid. Maintain that prio, although right now he's completely losing it to Maiden. Yorick push a little too wholesome for the likes of Ziggs. And it's looking a little bit tricky for the side of Kingsmen. Gonna pop a ward on the Grubs, so...
Yeah, of course, you can't underestimate the power of Ziggs. If Ziggs can get to that turret even one more time, maybe he can get that turret into the satchel range for the first turret bonus.
Yep, indeed, and that will even out the feats of strength, as I'm pretty sure. First word went on to the Fiora early, so they'll be looking to try and pick up the first turret on the side of MgmaCHEESE, but I'm not too sure they'll be able to against this Ziggs. We'll have to see.
Ziggs roamed up and got the Scuttle Crab, nice little bonus gold there.
Yeah, might as well. Can't really hit the tower without dying to Yorick, sort of, so has to just go and take the Scuttle in the meantime. Parry, not well timed there from, well, cannot say the name, from the Fiora. And Free Julio trading on. Game sort of stalling out. The Zac's feeling a little bit more safer with those. Tabby throwing the Q to Zimbabwe. Not necessarily sure where he's aiming that one, but it's As you see Free Julio trade onto Gizmo, it's not going to be favorable. Going to have to flash away from the volley belt ult. Trunk 13 Monk looking to keep Fiora under the tower. Not going to be enough. Fiora taking aggro. One shot, but I mean, if this Zac is able to heal back up, then he's able to stay here for forever.
Yeah, but probably can't walk off if the Fiora lets this one crash. Unfortunately, she has Tiamat, maybe so it's not an option anymore, but the Fiora has a lot of health left in the tank, still has that ultimate for the 4 more vitals.
Yeah, lots of healing on the Fiora. And again, this this is interesting mid lane fight, just sort of slapping each other. Very lore friendly. But we'll see how it turns out. None of them really claiming kill over the other yet. As Yorick keeps poking out the Ziggs. Ziggs picking up the Blackfire Torch. Not sure whether that is the best option, but we'll have to see how it affects the game.
It's certainly going to be helpful having that extra mana. Don't know if maybe the Luden's Companion would have done a little bit more damage, but we'll have to see.
Maybe a little bit more useful for the tanks. Maybe looking to utilize the uptime, but this RR from Free Julio is hurting, especially with the Leandrias afterwards. I mean, this Udyr champion is a little wholesome. The Volibear just going to have to collect what he can under the tower. And Fiora looking to get that first turret. The feats could be completely decided in top lane, which is quite unreal, and the Ziggs desperately trying to claim back on bot lane, but what do you think is maybe the play that Kingsmen can use to get back into this game?
Well, I feel like the first course faction would definitely be trying to swap that Ziggs back into the mid lane. If they leave this Fiora unchecked, she's just going to take turret after turret eventually. So you would hope to have a champion who can rotate over and help.
You're maybe not expecting the TP to take 3 business days. And that is why you pay for Amazon Prime. Zac's going in, gonna get parried immediately. Not sure what he was thinking there. 4 vitals procced. And that is Zac passive for the second time this game. Ziggs trying to trade onto it. Has no mana, so not sure how that's gonna go. Maybe it will result in the demise of both, but Ziggs able to get away now. His first turret is probably gonna die bot lane. Fiora kind of ignoring, in fact, tower aggro, but they'll be able to get out there. Ziggs with absolutely no mana to really do anything to this Fiora, who will just heal off the way.
Yeah, Zac at the last second there, rubbing salt in the wound by going for the flash ultimate, but then immediately dying before he can get the knockup, so...
And there is feats of strength and the flash from the Fiora to secure the kill on the Ziggs. This game that was looking fairly even has just completely flipped into the side of MgmaCHEESE. What do you think led to this? I think moving that Ziggs out of mid, personally, is probably the biggest disaster, as this Volibear cannot play into this Udyr at all.
Yeah, I can certainly understand why they chose not to, but I mean, I really think that this game turned on its head when Fiora got that initial freeze on the Zac, maybe not even 5 minutes in.
Yeah, quite the game decider there. Zac completely behind compared to everybody in the game in CS. I mean, Gizmo also quite far behind due to having to farm on the turret so much. Gonna look for the kill on Bone though. When will Gizmo pop the ghost is my question. Not used once this game, I do not think.
Yeah, we also saw Gizmo do the same thing on Tahm Kench last time with the ghost. Really hesitant to use it aggressively. Seems to only want to use it when it will save them from dying.
Bit of scared play from the volley. Fiora back on the side with the Zac, and once again, ever get that feeling of deja vu. Zac gonna have to ult away. The Fiora ult also used, but I don't think that Bramble Vest is gonna be enough.
For a plat player, that was a very fast Fiora ultimate. That was impressive.
Yeah, I think definitely confident on the Fiora. Maybe one of the personal picks of this player here. Gonna be dodging out the bombs. Not really worried about anything and feeling very confident, looking to trade onto the Ziggs, and Ziggs not respecting the 3-second cooldown dash. Maybe a kill. The parry used. Beautiful play there from the Fiora.
Yeah, Fiora just styling at everybody at this point.
Yeah, and I think definitely the angle of victory will be this Fiora. I think, honestly, they could probably just 3-man this bot side and completely end the game together, but Gizmo are going to be caught in the box. Ghost isn't going to help you there, buddy. And maybe you could have claimed the kill on the Yorick earlier, but who knows? It's all falling apart for Kingsmen.
Yeah, Yorick and Fiora with a really strong side lane could maybe even threaten to end the game here, depending on what happens.
Yeah, the Maiden is down. Only Cloud has been claimed in this game, which is very interesting. No Grubs, no Herald, no nothing.
Yeah, not gonna go for that tier 3 bot turret. I feel like maybe they could have gotten away with it. They had at least one more Demolish left. Could have gotten a sizable chunk. With all their tier 1 still up, I feel like it would have been a pretty low risk play as well.
Definitely a worthy investment for them. As we see them trying to chunk down this mid turret. Bone looking to trade onto chunk 13 Monk. E gonna be used by the Zac, but it's not enough. The Ignite gonna tick away and take down that Zac. Another kill going to Bone. The emote pop, the disrespect. Pushing this bot. Gizmo using the volley barrel. Gonna lock in Maiden and give her a stern talking to.
Yeah, and look at this. The Yorick calling 2 bot means that the Udyr is going to be able to pressure this mid turret and that massive top wave. Fiora's going to TP to it now. The entire map is falling apart. I expect this game to end soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Bone not even worried. Gonna take the 1v2. Maiden and Yorick. It's not really a 1v2. It's a 2v2. You cannot take that man down when he has his wife with him.
Yeah, and Zac missing the Q. It's gonna do it.
I think that will be the game. The flash from Free Julio. It's GG's before claiming the inhibitor, but it's basically guaranteed at this point, and that'll be the game. MgmaCHEESE defeating Kingsmen.